And we're live. All right, world, this is Jack Heald, the dad you wish you had. It is Tuesday, January 14th, 2020, and it is time for the afternoon update. Before we go any farther, let us drink a toast to this precious moment. Today's toast features coffee and chocolate. Always a good thing. Trader Joe's Chocolate Pound Plus. I wrote about it before. All right, today, as I suck on this chocolate, I'm going to talk about testosterone, the most dangerous drug in the world. I just got back from the doctor. That's the reason today's afternoon update is late. And I got my results from, I took a testosterone, had it tested a couple of months ago, and I'd already gotten the results, but I didn't have the paperwork. So I picked up the paperwork, and it got me to thinking about the effects of testosterone in my life, in your life, and maybe in the lives of the women you know and love. Over the last couple of years, I've dated, I want to say 3 different women who've used testosterone, who've gotten testosterone shots or pellets or tablets or however it is that they get it. And it's been pretty interesting to hear their conversations about the effects of testosterone in their system. Now, a typical woman has about 1/40th the amount of testosterone in their system as a typical man. So when a woman is getting a testosterone supplementation, I am of the age that the women I'm dating are postmenopausal. And I guess that's why they're getting the testosterone supplement. So the amount of testosterone that they're getting, even with supplementation, doesn't come close to the amount of testosterone that's squirting around inside our cells from the time that really prior to birth and then really kicks into gear at adolescence. The effects of testosterone that these women report, well, there's things that they say and then there's things that they do. Now, let me tell you this, men. Don't think that a woman's sex drive diminishes as she gets older, especially not if she takes testosterone supplementation of any kind. All 3 of these women that I've gone out with that have taken testosterone have been incredibly horny and incredibly eager to get between the sheets. In fact, one girl said to me that she actually had to go to her doctor and ask her doctor to reduce the amount of testosterone because, her words, not mine, she said she wanted to hump a tree when she had that amount of testosterone squirting around inside her body. Again, the amount of testosterone that she had after supplementation was a fraction of what the average man walks around with every single day. All right, so what does that mean for us as men? There are some beliefs, some phrases that are in the ether, that are in the cultural ether these days that we need to address. The one in particular that I'm thinking of is this idea of toxic masculinity. It obviously comes from women who have been hurt by men, who are upset by men, who most of them, I think, actually hate men. But more than that, it comes from women who have no idea what it's like to be 28 years old and walking around with the amount of testosterone in your body that the average 28-year-old guy has, or the 35-year-old guy, or the 45-year-old guy, or even the 55-year-old guy. By the time a man reaches his 80s, the testosterone that's in his bloodstream is gotten down to a level that the average woman would find almost intolerable. That's when a man is at the lowest ebb of his life. The testosterone in his body would still be almost intolerable for a woman. So, guys, the amount of time that you spend thinking about sex, feeling sexually driven, having spontaneous erections, being attracted by every nice pair of legs and tits and ass that walks by, is it's not because you're suffering from toxic masculinity. It is the effects of the world's most dangerous drug, testosterone. Now, I am not arguing against testosterone. Testosterone is why those incredibly brave men stormed the beaches of Normandy, knowing that before they even hit the shore, many of them would be dead. It is why men rush into burning buildings. It is why they run toward the sound of gunfire rather than away from it. Testosterone is the chemical that gives us the drive, the determination, the power, and the lust to accomplish things that very, very few women ever will come close to accomplishing or thinking about or even wanting. So I want you guys to go easy on yourselves. This is not a license to pound every skirt that walks by you. I'm not saying that at all. Just because you have the chemicals in your body doesn't mean you are forced to act upon them. That is part of what being a mature, in control, sovereign man is all about. It is embodying who you are and still being in control of your choices and taking responsibility for every decision that you make. But don't let any woman who hasn't ever had testosterone squirted into her body shame you for the sexual desire that you have. You came from the factory hardwired that way. The chemicals in your body do things that very, very, very few women ever have the opportunity to understand. These 3 women that I've dated this year understand it. It's amazing. They want sex, and they want it a lot. And they have about 1/10 of the testosterone in their body that I have in mine. So, today's Dad You Wish You Had is brought to us by coffee and chocolate. This present moment is the only one we've got. We'll talk to you guys next time.